Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired U.S. Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond.
Morning, ladies. Get out of the rack. Sunrise is past. You're wasting daylight.
All right, you got your standing orders. Don't forget, of course, this program being seen around the world on a live video stream right now as we speak at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link. If you're on the mobile device, you're not carved out of that. You can use your YouTube app and put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you're on your mobile device just needing our streaming of our audio, many streaming apps will do it, such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer. Put WEEB in the search, and as always, that stream's available on our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Tap it once, and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. It's going to start out cloudy, become partly cloudy by afternoon. High of 86. Then tonight, partly cloudy, low of 64. For Friday, mostly cloudy, higher humidity, dew points. In other words, sticky. Scattered thunderstorms, high of 84. Friday night, partly cloudy, more thunderstorms, low of 67. These are 30% chances, so it's not going to be any super major event with a lot of energy, but it's a possibility. Saturday, more of the same, high of 87, still on the sticky side. Saturday night, partly cloudy and maybe a scattered thunderstorm, low of 71. Sunday, partly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms, showers, high of 83. More thunderstorms Sunday night, a low of 63. And then Monday, back to full complement of sunshine, lower humidity, and a high of 82. Tuesday, 85. Wednesday, 86. Trend's going in the wrong direction. Of course, we knew it was coming. You know, you spend all winter dreading this.
No, I don't, actually. I look forward to this.
You like hot weather?
Better than cold weather.
Love cold weather. Or cool weather. Nobody likes it super cold, like 20, but that's no fun for anybody. Oh, wow, I still got that fan going wide open. Cut that bad boy down. I better cut it off. It makes too much noise. Anyway, as you can tell, I like it cool. Where was I in my chatter? Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm. Visibility 8, statute miles. Pressure is 30.27. Dew point 62. Humidity max at 100%. It's mostly cloudy, 62 right now here at Talk 97.3 FM. 104.1 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Well, once again, that pathetic pilot just got it wrong. I don't know how they are so consistent. Yesterday, they had their editorial put in about, well, I got it here in front of me if I get it up here, about the state enacting legislation to snatch back some of the control for property owners that the towns and counties have been snatching away.
Right.
Here's the problem, and this is why it has gotten back to the state legislature. And it's not just here, but it's across the state. We don't have a monopoly on this. You got too many staffers running amok, and too many councils and boards and commissioners across the state that don't have the gonads to stop it. Case in point, I keep going back to this backflow valve.
Yeah, well, it's money.
Yeah, well, it adds about $2,000 to the cost of the homeowner's home and a yearly fee for the homeowner.
Correct.
That's all mandated by local staff. It's in the state law at all. It's not even in the building code as being mandatory.
Right.
And this is how run amok they get. They got these little staffers, know-it-alls. Like if you ever build homes, you know some of the inspectors that come out have a brain on top of their head. But then you get the one that thinks he knows it all and is going to show you how knowledgeable he is. and will require this and that and this and that. And the code says, well, he has the final say in the field.
Right.
And then they go to their county board, the county commissioners, or they go to local city or town boards and say, we need this in our code, in our building code, or as a requirement in our county. And voila, you get it as a requirement without due diligence on the part of the board to do their homework on the issue. They just take staff as being God. They know everything. They, of course, have built so many houses themselves. That was a little built-in joke there, Jeff.
Zero. Yeah.
But I went to college. Well, so did I. I have inspected houses. Well, I built them. Well, I still know more than you do. And,
no, you don't.
Yeah, you don't. And the chances with this stupid backflow valve ever sucking water out of the line and getting it into the county water system, the chances are about 0.000000001%.
Right.
And you might get 2 tablespoons in there. That is if you had a huge, massive break in 3 places within a mile. It might suck a little bit back. You got to remember those lines, if they're that bad off, are going to get reflushed.
Right.
Exactly. If you have a big break, they have to dig it up, fix it. Then they have to re-chlorinate it there, and it has to sit there for like 24 hours, I believe. And then they have to do a multi-hour flush of the water, where it pours in the street as they flush the line to get back to the clean water. So even if it did suck your stuff back in, it's going to get flushed out.
Right.
And it's not going to contaminate you or kill you or anything else. And this is the ridiculous, but some staffer got it put in as a town ordinance, and the town boards don't call in plumbers. They don't call in the builders that put them in or the plumbers that put them in and have a chit-chat and see whether they're needed or not. They just go, oh, staff, can't tick them off. No way. Let's, give our blessing and...
Bow and genuflect, yes.
Yeah, just like that. And so we get bad codes put in. And the point is, the little jerk that's doing it, we can't vote him out. He's not an elected official.
Exactly.
Now, yeah, we can vote the town board out, but let's face it, whether they're going to do what I'm suggesting is not on their platform.
Right.
When they give you the literature, it says nothing about listening to the other side on code things or what I'd do if staff made a bad decision. Because I'm telling you, they're in a single board or town board in this county and the state that has the guts to tell staff they got it wrong. They don't do it. And that's what has brought all this about.
Right.
And this is why the state is trying to pull back some of the power to get these little know-it-alls in check. So because before they really disrupt an industry, meaning home building industry. I know everybody looks at the big bad home builder. Oh, they're so stinking rich they can afford it. Blah, blah. No, it all gets passed on to the consumer.
Right. If you're sitting here listening to it, you're the one that paid for it or will pay for it.
That's right. And it's a needless cost. It does nothing. In fact, if you want a vacuum brake, they got one for $25 they can put on. And poof, you can't suck back water instantly. But now they make you put on a $1,500 device that requires a yearly inspection. This is how ridiculous things get. So that's why right now I'm favoring what the state is doing. The pilot wants to be against it. All the no-go-dads boards are writing a resolution to say, oh, no, you're taking away control from the local. No, you're not really. It's just that you're going to have to make, things that must be in a home needs to go through the building code commission, those that write the building code. And that's under the insurance department.
Yeah, for military guys sitting out there, if you're ever in command and you had one of your staff officers walk in and say, hey, sir, we have to do this. And, I've had it happen. You kind of look back at them, you say, "Oh yeah, why is that?" And yeah, they'll pull out their book and all that. I said, "Well, hey, I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me a couple options here on why we have to do that?" And I'm not talking about mandated kind of things. I'm talking about what we're
right.
This particular thing. Somebody's making something up. We have to do this. No, you don't. If it's not etched in stone, if it's not on the tablet, no. Give me a couple of reasons or give me a couple of options, courses of action, we call them in the military. You didn't walk into your boss and just tell him you had to do something. He would show you the door, and he would use language that you would not fail to understand. But they don't do that here because they don't know any better.
Yeah, and the staff comes in and says, well, we have to protect our water supply. Well, what commissioner doesn't want to protect the water supply?
Exactly, yes.
Or it's for the children. That's a good one there.
Yeah, so let's analyze. Okay, how do we protect the water supply? We got to put these. All right, well, what's that going to cost? And what's the threat? And all these kind of things. Okay, we better put that in. No, you don't have to do that.
And if you don't believe me, go to some of these town board meetings. Now, they'll sit there and tell a homeowner or a developer, no, we don't want your project. Yeah, we got nads. We told him.
Yeah, exactly.
But you never see him turn down staff. It's just like this stupid idea the Southern Pines has that Reagan Parsons came up with to tax all the vehicles in town for extra sidewalks.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, somebody should. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, well, hey, we have to tax $5 a car here. That'll pay for this. No, get out. Give me a couple of options here on how to come up with the funding for this particular thing. And number one, is that our priority? We're in our priority list. Oh, we don't have a priority list. You're telling me what the priority is. Get out. Get all of you. Get out. Yep. Oh, here's another one. Oh, this is the best architect that we can find to build our school. I'm telling the school board, yep, this is the guys. These are the guys. This is the firm that we should hire to design our schools.
But Jeff, we're going to leave out the part. I used to work for him.
Yeah. We won't recuse ourselves, and
we'll just be the one that picks them.
Right.
Yeah. Good old buddy.
So if you don't understand what this is all about, that's part and parcel of it, and it's costing you millions of dollars, ultimately.
Yeah.
This is costing you millions of dollars. So, yeah, there's two sides to this. I mean, to be honest, I'm not enamored with the state doing this. I'm not enamored with all the local stuff going on either. So, I don't have a good answer, but, somebody needs to put a stop to some
Well, the state's doing this because they're getting pressure saying, hey, if it's not in the building code, why is it in our local?
Exactly.
That's what they're saying.
That's part of it. Yeah, that's one of the items.
Yeah. And there's got to be one rule for everybody.
Right.
And not, we got extra rules here. I mean, I can understand that, mailbox ordinances or sign ordinances and things like that are culture to the area.
Right. Sure.
But not when it comes to building a home. There's one minimum standard that has to be met. And you don't need to be, piling on with others from staffers who do not know what they're doing. And the boards that don't have the guts to tell them to sit down, shut up.
Yeah. Well, I might, hey, has this ever happened? Have we had this problem before? Have we contaminated our water supply because we didn't have these things? Show it to me. Oh. Don't sit there and, we got to put this in, otherwise we may. Now, has this ever happened? Has it ever happened anywhere? Show it to me so that I understand why you're telling me I got to put these things in. And no, it's not there.
I would dare say by the time they, on this $5 car thing, by the time they do all the administration on it, because they're only going to bring in $61,000.
Yeah, right.
And mail it out and enforce the collection and all that good stuff, that they will have spent a lot more than $61,000 collecting it.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to put that on there, and it'll be there in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And 30 years from now, why are we paying this $5 for these cars? Oh, we had to build a $63,000 sidewalk 20 years ago. Yeah. And you know how many laws are? I mean, we're still paying phone taxes and things on stuff that just doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, it's just a backdoor tax is what it is. Instead of having the guts to say, okay, what is our budget? Are we going to approve this budget? Are we increasing the sidewalk thing? Then here's the tax. Or, like I said, do it like Raleigh does, and those that benefit directly from the sidewalk, right. Each side of the street gets an extra tax put on them, or a levy, or whatever they call it, a lien, on their property that they have 10 years to pay.
Right. Well,
and they can do it by boosting their water bill $20 a month, and they get it paid that way.
Yes, I bought a house up in Pennsylvania 40 years ago, and part of the home inspection was, hey, you got a sidewalk out in front of your house, and the inspector, you got three sections of that sidewalk that you're going to have to replace because, before that sale's going to go through, that. And that was
the pine tree roots broke up.
Yeah, or whatever. But so there was back and forth on selling the house. And the bottom line is, before that house was sold, that sidewalk had to be fixed. Yeah. And that was on the homeowners. That was part of our process negotiating the price of the house.
Or you could also escrow the money probably with the town.
But that's what was going to happen is if you don't fix it, then we will, and we will charge you. So, you get it fixed, and, whatever price you can pay was going to be a lot less than what the city was going to charge you.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that.
But that's all part and parcel of this. And, you own a house, there's sidewalk out in front of it, you got some, you got some responsibility for it.
You ever seen the sidewalk crew?
No. No, around down here, no, I haven't.
After they dig out for the sidewalk, I never seen it takes 8 guys on a crew to form up one little sidewalk.
Oh, well, I don't know.
And then when they pour it, it takes 8 guys to trial it out. And even if it's a short pour.
Yeah, I don't.
Meaning, 100 feet.
Well,
it's just ridiculous. And they go so slow. It's like, I got to make this last all day. So.
Well, one of the biggest complaints I have about all the sidewalk stuff is people don't walk on them. Hey, over there in Pinehurst, they just put in some beautiful sidewalks on you. Why don't you get on them?
Yeah.
I drive over there, and there's a guy walking down the middle of the street walking his dog.
Yeah.
There's a nice little sidewalk right over there. Why isn't he walking on it?
It'll last longer if I don't walk on it.
Yeah, something. This guy, I guess he tripped on the...
Or the state wants to tear up Midland Road and not do the same for McKenzie Road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or all the pine trees are leaning in, so if you got a truck on that road, it smacks your trailer.
Right.
And does a lot of damage. And Lord help you, if you got a motorhome going down that road, you literally have to go down the middle of the road to keep from hitting the pine trees above you. But the state doesn't do anything about that. No, let's destroy Midland Road first and call it an improvement. Yeah. The destruction, by the way, starts June 3rd.
Yes, after the
U.S. Open.
Yeah.
A U.S. Senior Open.
Right.
All right, it is 7:46. Let's get to these sound bites this morning. Mark Zuckerberg spoke at a conference of web developers on Tuesday and made a joke about Facebook not having the best reputation when it comes to privacy. And, of course, coming from a nerd, it bombed in a big way.
I know that we don't exactly have the strongest reputation on privacy right now, to put it lightly. But I'm committed to doing this
to laugh there.
And to starting a new chapter
I missed it.
for our products.
Well, here's what Mark heard in his head.
I know that we don't exactly have the strongest reputation on privacy right now, to put it lightly.
Okay, I got it.
But I'm committed to doing this well and to starting a new chapter for our products.
That's the way it was written.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Well, it's like some of these politicians are out there, 35 people show up and are waiting for this applause, and everybody's just kind of sitting there with their mouth open, wondering how stupid they could possibly be.
Well, Mark's not a very dynamic speaker to begin with.
Yeah, well.
He's a nerd with a lot of money, and
well, that's why he sits behind a computer all day.
Yeah. All right, today's sponsor of today's
show is brought to you by an old guy who's had enough of the current Jeopardy champ.
James. What is Chile? No.
Wrong.
One. Tyler. What is Argentina? That's the country.
You're going down, old sour.
Let's see. 56-year-old guy in Virginia got into an argument with his girlfriend's son last week over which is better. Now, this is a big debate here.
Uh-oh.
Ford or Chevy.
Oh, jeez.
And he got so heated, he ended up shooting the girlfriend, the son, and the son's girlfriend.
What?
He was arrested, and everyone is fine. It's not clear which brand he preferred. Here's the prosecutor.
The allegation is that there was alcohol involved, and a dispute began between Logan Bailey, the son of the girlfriend, and Mr. Turner about what type of vehicle is best, Chevy versus Ford. It's then alleged that Mr. Turner came back out and approached Mr. Bailey, once again his mother trying to intervene between the two of them. During that time, she was shot a total of 5 times, all those injuries occurring to her legs.
Holy crap, 5 times.
Yeah.
What is the matter with people?
Well, after the shooting in Virginia was over, Chevy versus Ford, one neighbor said it used to be the kind of place where no one locks their doors.
The first thing I thought, how close is it to my house? That's the first thing I thought. I didn't know it was right almost at my backyard. And he told me that he had heard 3 gunshots and he had seen a lot of the commotion, around the neighborhood. So he says, but I'm going back in the house. I said, okay. Me too. We always left the door unlocked, the windows open in the spring, the keys in the car. But there's so much going on nowadays, you can't do that anymore. And it's sad.
Yeah, it is. There's a video floating around on Facebook and everywhere else of a beagle on Long Island who plays the piano and howls. He's a Beagle Basset Hound mix named Buddy, and the owner calls him Buddy Mercury. Now, if you hear a second howl in this will be Colt, who's sitting behind me, hears my headphones and chimes in, because sometimes he'll do that. See, the dog's playing and howling.
Yeah.
You tell from the random nose, can you?
We're going to have to teach Colt how to do that.
Well, the couple who adopted Buddy Mercury is singing beagle, adopted Buddy Mercury, the singing beagle, wants to use his video, and it just doesn't make sense. And now, in order to help raise money for other sheltered dogs.
Meet Buddy Mercury, named for the Wolf family's favorite singer, Freddie Mercury of Queen.
Can he do Bohemian Rhapsody?
He does Beagleian Rhapsody. Yeah.
And Somebody to Love.
There's actually people making videos of their beagle listening to the record and singing along.
We want to help more animals be rescued. And, we only have so much space in our home.
Yeah. Well, I always say, get you a rescue. Because they know what you did for them. And they make great dogs. I got 2 of them. One of them's a beagle. That's very challenging unto itself. Because sometimes they get on, they start zigzagging on the ground with that nose. You are in trouble. Because they're trying to pick up the direction of the smell and the way they go.
Yep.
Which is why I have a tracker on him. But does a little good. I can find him, or I can tell he's not Not in harm's way, but getting him to respond back. A vet told me that the only way to do it is with little voltage.
Right. Yeah.
Well, this tracker doesn't have voltage, but I just can't do that to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it can get a little dicey.
I mean, I give him a good talking to when he gets back. I've never hit that dog. But I've been the maddest I've ever been with that dog. But I wouldn't trade him for the world. Better than not, I got a lot invested in him. When I got him, he had heartworms. That was $1,000.
Oh, man, yeah.
And he just had surgery to remove a growth on him. That was all said and done, $1,000. Now he developed some kind of, he ate something that was toxic to his liver.
Oh, man.
Had to have continuing blood panels and treatment for that.
Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah, he probably ate something that wasn't good for him.
Yeah, the vet told me she's seen dogs eat mushrooms and be dead in 4 hours.
Yep, that'll do it.
So, yeah. How do you stop them? I don't have a clue.
Well, you can't, and it does. It happens often enough.
You've seen dogs sit there and dig in the dirt and then eat a little something.
Right.
That still may have some potency in it that can hurt your dog. A group of thieves stole $120,000 worth of tires and rims off 31 cars at a dealership in Louisiana on Saturday. They've done it in Texas and Oklahoma, too. You know, that's pretty bold, because the dealerships usually are lit up like Christmas trees and at night.
Right.
But somehow they messed with a security camera and altered the lights, and then they went in there and just jacked every car up and took the tires off and threw them in the truck, and away they went.
That is bold.
Yeah.
In this business, sometimes stuff like this is part of it, so it's not like the first time I've seen anything like this. I've never seen this many. This is a sophisticated, professional operation.
It looks like they pulled down one of the cameras, and they also manipulated the outdoor lighting system. Probably the same ones they did it in Texas and Oklahoma. We don't put up with it here.
I believe that I'm going to get to take a selfie in front of these guys during their perp walk and put it on Twitter.
Well, we take you for a test drive, but it ain't got no wheels. Wait for the insurance check to come in. Utah recently passed a law that prevents karaoke places from serving alcohol because it's not a recreational activity. Here's the owner of Heart and Soul Lounge speaking to the Utah Department of Alcohol, Beverage, and Control Commission right before they rejected his application for a beer license.
What we want to do is provide a family-friendly environment for people to participate in karaoke, but that also allows for those who might want an alcoholic beverage to be able to partake of that.
I think the easiest solution for you is to get into compliance and apply.
And I would ask, what would you recommend to do that?
It's not our job to recommend. You can consult with staff.
This is a classic Utah law where I don't think all things are considered before changes are made.
We do what they tell us to do, and we try to enforce it according to what we believe the intent of the legislature is.
This is why the state is taking back. No, that's the ABC board there. That is the state.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's state legislature had. But see, there's so many laws written at various times and throughout the history that meant entirely different things and don't apply anymore, and it's difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I never read anything out there in Utah, but it sounds like there's something amiss out there that would prevent them from doing that. So.
There's a 2-year-old, your good news story, there's a 2-year-old girl in Florida with severe spina bifida. And her doctor taught her to walk with the help of, you guessed it, Baby Shark.
Baby Shark, do. When we first met, she thought probably I was just another doctor that was going to poke her, pull some blood. That was a big barrier we really had to cross at first to gain her trust. That motivation, that drive, I can't teach that. Daddy shark, doo doo doo. You know, I used it kind of like a metronome. So I wanted her to walk to that beat. Doo 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 doo. Pick up your speed. Let's go. We got to walk faster. You know, it brought out her confidence. It brought out her abilities.
When she first stood up and started walking 5 or 6 feet, and it was like, are you serious? She'll walk up to just random people and be like, hi. She just naturally brings this joy and cheer out in people.
And Alex Trebek stopped by Good Morning America yesterday to give another update on his health. And
my oncologist tells me I'm doing well, even though I don't always feel it. I've had kidney stones, I've had ruptured discs, so I'm used to dealing with pain. But what I'm not used to dealing with is these surges that come on suddenly of deep, deep sadness. And it brings tears to my eyes. I've discovered in this whole episode, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm a bit of a wuss, but I'm fighting through it. The numbers that indicate the cancer indicators, those are coming down. Good. So I've got another chemo next week, and then we'll do a review to find out where things stand.
Yeah, which kind of cancer was it?
I thought
it wasn't prostate. It's the other one.
I thought it was pancreatic.
Pancreatic, yeah. That doesn't have a high survival rate.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, James Holzhauser continues to win on Jeopardy.
James, we come to you now, and I should tell you, and it gives me pleasure in telling you this, that in winning today's
I will have to save it for next hour. Don't have it's 38 seconds long. I got 16, so doesn't quite fit the hole.
Nope.
All right, on the way, we got your latest news, sports, and weather coming your way. 62 degrees currently here in the Sandhills. We'll be back on the backside of it all.
The air conditioner needs to be in working order again today. The warm temperatures continue, starting off with some clouds during the morning, but mostly sunny in the afternoon. That sunshine helping to warm us into the mid-80s today. Overnight tonight, we'll have an increase in the cloud cover. Temperatures will get down into the lower 60s. And then Friday, we'll have partly sunny skies, a slight chance for a shower or storm with highs in the mid-80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The chairman of the House Judiciary Committee warns he could hold William Barr in contempt because the Attorney General refuses to testify at today's hearing on the Mueller report.
The Department of Justice spokesperson saying that Barr won't appear before the House Judiciary Committee after Democrats voted to allow committee lawyers to take part of the questioning. That's been an ongoing point of contention between Democrats on the committee and the Attorney General, Chairman Jerry Nadler.
Committee staff questioning has long been an important, if underutilized, aspect of congressional oversight that is in complete accordance with House rules and past precedent.
Republicans on the committee have accused Democrats of staging a theatrical stunt.
Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Yesterday, the Attorney General spent much of the day being grilled by the Senate Judiciary Committee. 21-year-old Riley Howell being remembered as a hero on the campus of the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. He charged and tackled the gunman who would kill him and another student in a classroom. Howell knocked the assailant down, buying enough time for police to capture the shooter. David Belknap, one of Riley Howell's classmates.
Knowing Riley and his character, it did not come as a surprise to me. That seems very much like something he would do, and I want that to be his legacy.
Last night, thousands turned out for a campus vigil to remember the shooting victims. Love one another, that's a theme of today's National Day of Prayer, an event President Ronnie Floyd hopes that a divided nation will take heed.
It's one thing differing with one another. It's a whole different thing to differ and respect one another. And there's not a lot of respect today going on for each other.
Later today, President Trump and the First Lady will take part in a National Day of Prayer service at the White House. On Wall Street this morning, Dow futures are up 37 points. NASDAQ futures 21 points higher. S&P futures up 4 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
Europe marking the 500th anniversary of the death of Leonardo da Vinci, the ultimate Renaissance genius. He combined the roles of artist, scientist, and inventor.
Leonardo is a towering figure in European culture. He was the greatest painter of his, and some would say any other age, and a scientist, scholar, and engineer. The polymath also straddled countries. He was born in Florence in Italy, but died in France, and it is this duality that almost derailed the celebrations. Many Italians objected to France taking a leading role. The spat escalated further when Italian ministers sided with the Yellow Vest protesters opposing President Emmanuel Macron. But eventually, the skillful diplomacy of his Italian counterpart, Sergio Mattarella, succeeded in lowering the tensions, and the festivities can get underway.
And that's BBC correspondent Risto Putka reporting. And on Wall Street, Dow futures up 32 points. News and analysis at townhall.com. Ahead of tomorrow's release of the government's employment report for April, a private survey shows big increase in hiring last month.
Payroll processor ADP says 275,000 people were hired in April, the most jobs in the last 9 months. The number is much higher than the experts are predicting when the Labor Department releases its jobs report. Despite fears of a trade war with China and higher interest rates, the economy is expanding at a solid pace. ADP says there was a big increase in construction jobs, as well as higher paying jobs, such as engineers and architects. Moody's put together the numbers for ADP, and Chief Economist Mark Zandi says the economic soft patch at the start of the year has not materially impacted hiring. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Scandinavian Airlines having to cancel still more flights as talks between the carrier and its striking pilots continue in the Norwegian capital. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Good morning, First Casualty Insurance. This is Jared.
Jared, I just rear-ended a brand new Lexus. The guy really looks mad, and I'm sitting in my car with my windows rolled up. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Wanda, now stay calm. Is anyone injured? Have you called the police?
They just arrived. Oh, Jared, am I in big trouble?
Wanda, you're not in trouble. The officer will need to get some info from you and the other driver. You should go ahead and get out of the car and speak with them.
Okay, if I have to.
When you are finished with the police, give me a call back, and I will help you file a claim so that your car and the other person's car can be repaired as quickly as possible.
Oh, thank you, Jared. You've made me feel so much better. I love First Casualty Insurance.
We represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies. Call us anytime you have an insurance question. We want to be your insurance people. 910-692-8303. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
Being overweight is the #1 health problem in America today. It leads to so many avoidable health issues. If you have a weight problem and finally want to do something about it, then do what I did and participate in the Transforming You Weight Loss Program offered by Dr. Sharon Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. It's a customized, physician-assisted program based on your body type and your goals. A healthier, more vibrant, spirited, and slimmer you emerges. Now, I lost 25 pounds in the first month and 50 pounds to date. That keeps me motivated. Now, the program is easy to follow. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and if I can do it, you can do it. Give Dr. Wright a call and set up your no-charge consultation about the Transforming You Weight Loss Program at 910-673-2225. That's White Chiropractic at 673-2225.
This is Howard Hoke of Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services. Are you tired of your stone or dirt driveway? Let our company help make your most prized possession, your home or business, be the envy of your neighbors with a beautiful paved driveway that will last for years to come.
And I'm Sherry Hoke. Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services also offers asphalt patching, excavation and drainage issues, crack filling, seal coating, and striping for both commercial and residential.
Estimates are free and will come to your property to discuss your needs and desires. No job is too big or too small.
Go online to slcontractingllc.com or to our Facebook page to check out our reviews and photos. Call 910-673-1318.
Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318. We also provide a 5% active military discount.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. Students from all over the state are honoring and remembering those impacted by the UNC Charlotte shooting. Hundreds of students and staff from Western North Carolina University gathered in the middle of the campus on Wednesday evening for a candlelight vigil. Student Daniel Levzik is the one who came up with the idea to hold the vigil. He tells WLOS News in Asheville.
I wanted to honor not only UNC Charlotte, but the UNC system, because Western Carolina is a part of the UNC system. And by doing this event, we can extend our deepest regrets and our support for the event.
Across the state, UNC Wilmington student Nikki D'Alessio says she knew one of the 4 people wounded, and it hit close to home.
I think the fact that it is a UNC school and it is so close by and people I know go there definitely made it really real, I think, that it so easily could be here.
Governor Roy Cooper says teachers are often the first line of defense at a crisis as he addressed an education rally in Raleigh. Cooper addressed a teachers' rally on Wednesday, one day after 2 students at UNC Charlotte were killed in that shooting. 4 others were injured. Attorney General William Barr says he'll skip a House Judiciary Committee hearing on Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report. Congressional correspondent Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill.
House Democrats say the show must go on. So even if the Attorney General does not show up, they're going to hold the hearing anyway. But the committee chairman said last night that he hoped that the Attorney General would sleep on it and decide to testify again today.
A new poll reveals American voters believe President Trump committed crimes before becoming president by a 2-to-1 margin. The just released Quinnipiac University survey finds a 57 to 28% split on the question. Assistant poll director Tim Malloy.
Americans by a margin of nearly 2-to-1 believe that Donald Trump committed crimes before he became president.
You're listening to NCN News.
There are millions of unused and leftover opioid pills in North Carolina alone, enough to stretch from the mountains to the coast. These powerful prescription pills are contributing to an epidemic that takes 5 lives every day. But there is something more powerful than opioids. All of us. We can take back our extra pills and ask our healthcare providers about alternatives for pain. Together, we can take back our communities. Learn how you can help end the epidemic at morepowerfulnc.org.
A Sport Clips Championship haircut experience makes you feel like your hair has its own walk-up music. Maybe you play sports. Maybe you play sports online. Or maybe your sport is keeping up with your kids. Your hair deserves its own walk-up music. And at Sport Clips, we make it easy. A game-changing cut from a stylist trained for guys while you're surrounded by sports. Hair this good needs no introduction, but you'll want one anyway. So download the app, check in, and get your hair in the game.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange makes it clear in a London court today by video link that he has no interest in being extradited to the U.S. to face trial. CBS News correspondent Vicki Barker says it's just round 1 of what could be an extensive and drawn-out legal battle.
Julian Assange wasn't there to hear his supporters outside the courthouse. He testified by video link from his jail cell 1 day into a 50-week sentence for jumping bail here 7 years ago. U.S. prosecutors want the 47-year-old to be tried in the U.S. for helping Chelsea Manning hack into the Pentagon computer network in 2010. His lawyers claim Assange would face torture, even death, if he's extradited. This legal battle could drag on 4 years. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
1 man was killed, another hospitalized following an overnight shooting outside a North Charlotte bank. Police were called to the Wells Fargo branch in North Tryon Street around 1:45 a.m. and found a man who was shot to death inside of a car. The Durham Bulls are paying tribute to the victims of last month's deadly natural gas explosion. On Wednesday, the Bulls hosted Bull City Strong Day. Durham Fire Department Captain Jimmy Wright.
We like to kind of hide in the shadows, I think, most of the time, and don't feel like we really need it.
but, you know, deep down, I think it does make you feel good and proud to be on the Durham Fire Department.
The Trump administration is asking for more money to deal with the growing number of migrants at the southern border.
The administration wants $4.5 billion in emergency funding from Congress. It says it'll help feed and shelter migrants. Some of the money will go for operation support, and it will also help pay for transportation once they're out of Border Patrol custody. And there's a new twist. Agents will also ask migrants to take DNA tests as soon as next week. The tests would be voluntary to verify family relationships and crack down on fraud, but not for prosecution.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Summer length warmth continues for the next few days. For today, we're starting off with some clouds, eventually mostly sunny and warm in the afternoon, a bit humid with high temperatures in the middle 80s. Overnight tonight, we'll have an increase in the cloud cover. It's going to be mild tonight with low temperatures in the low 60s. We'll have partly sunny skies Friday, a slight chance for a shower storm with highs in the mid-80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now it's sunny and 66 degrees here in the Sandhills. Humidity 100%, dew point 66, pressure 3027, wind southwest at 5, visibility 10 statute miles. 8:13, let's take a look at your Sandhills news for this Thursday morning. Topping the news this morning, firefighters were paged to a structure fire just outside of Aberdeen yesterday afternoon. When they arrived at 200 Lena Circle, the home had flames and heavy smoke showing, and crews were notified that 2 dogs were still in the home. As fire crews battled the blaze, firefighters went in search of the animals inside. They were able to locate both dogs and bring them out alive to awaiting EMS crews, who immediately went to work to administer aid and oxygen to the animals. Both dogs were taken to a local veterinarian hospital where they were reported to be in good condition. According to Aberdeen Fire Chief, the fire was reported around 2:40 in the afternoon, but the cause is yet to be determined. There were no injuries or damage to adjacent structures. And last week, the sheriff's office responded to a residence in Carthage area, Moore County, for a reported robbery. Upon arrival, the victims told deputies that he was at the residence to purchase a cell phone, and during this time, he was assaulted by 3 individuals. Money along with personal property were stolen from the victim during the assault. Detectives responded to the scene to investigate and recovered some of the property stolen by the victim. As a result of the investigation, arrests have been made. They include Owen Dade Hymans, 18 of Carthage, Thomas Edward McLeaver, 20 of Carthage, and a 15-year-old male juvenile that was identified as being involved in the case and has charges pending against him at this time. That's your latest Sandhills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes all your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. After a 10-year absence from the NHL postseason, the Carolina Hurricanes slid into the Stanley Cup playoffs as a wild card team. They were one of the NHL's best teams after New Year's Eve. Fans already knew that, but now the rest of the world watching the NHL playoffs are really taking stock in just how good this team is. Justin Williams snapped a 2-all tie midway through the third period. Tuomo Travainen scored his second of the night in an empty net, and Sebastian Aho added another insurance goal into the empty net with 4 seconds left in the third, while the Carolina Hurricanes marooned the New York Islanders 5-2. They now have a 3-0 lead in their second-round NHL playoff series. Curtis McElhinney stopped 28 shots in relief of the injured Peter Mrazek. Head coach Rod Brindamore was satisfied with his performance as well as the rest of the team, not just for the 3-goal third period, but for the entire 60 minutes.
I thought actually we were good all game, and I thought we had a lot of. It looked more like our team throughout the game. I mean, it was. We had some mistakes, and our goalie came up huge again when he had to. It was great to see Mac get in there and get that win. But it felt more like what we were trying to do. And then in the third, I think create that little turnover, get a goal, and then you could feel the energy just switch again. And from then on, I thought we were real solid.
Islanders defenseman Thomas Hickey says they know they can't afford to lose another game in the series.
Going to be ready for next game, and that's it. Big picture. We're all grown-ups here. We know what that is. It's big
big hole, so I got to start climbing out of it inch by inch.
All right, Game 4 tomorrow in Raleigh at 7 o'clock. Some tickets still available. The most economical seat in the $180 range. Also on the ice last night, Dallas knotted their Western Conference second-round series with St. Louis at 2 games apiece. Ben Bishop made 27 saves in the Stars' 4-2 win over the Blues. This is NCN Sports.
If you are a state employee, a public school teacher, or a state retiree, you need to pay attention to this special message.
New government mandates by State Treasurer Dale Folwell will threaten health care benefits for you and your family. These new mandates will cut $400 million in health care benefits for patients. This will lower the quality of care and limit access to the doctors and hospitals you know and trust. These new government mandates will ruin the state employee health plan. That means state employees and their families get hurt in the process. You will pay higher prices for healthcare access and procedures.
There is a common sense, practical solution. It's value-based healthcare, and insurance companies and healthcare providers are embracing it all across North Carolina. Tell State Treasurer Dale Folwell to work with our healthcare providers and fix the state employee health plan.
Paid for by Partners for Innovation in Healthcare, a 501c4 independent expenditure not authorized by any campaign or candidate.
Just one game last night in the NBA playoffs. The Portland Trail Blazers have tied their Western Conference semifinal series at 1 game all by carrying a 14-point lead into the fourth quarter and then holding on to beat the Nuggets 97-90 in Denver. C.J. McCollum scored 20 points and picked up the offensive slack for backcourt mate Damian Lillard, who had 14 points but was just 5 of 17 from the floor and 1 of 7 from the three-point line. Kentucky Derby favorite Omaha Beach has been scratched from Saturday's race because of a breathing problem. The colt from Southern California was made the 4-1 early favorite for Saturday's 145th running of the Derby. Omaha Beach galloped Wednesday morning without any problem, and trainer Richard Mandela said everything was fine. But that changed by late afternoon when Rogers said Omaha Beach has an entrapped epiglottis. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Economics, and it's devoted to exploring how we make financial decisions, including the bad ones. Behavioral economics tries to pinpoint where our brains and emotions lead us wrong, as well as what we can do about it. For a little insight on that, we turn to America's wealth coach and best-selling author, Coach Pete D'Arruda. Coach, making emotional financial decisions can be disastrous.
You want to talk about emotions during a decision process? Think about the last time you and your wife were in the car and you wanted to go somewhere to eat.
Where do you want to go? I
don't know. You know, the funny thing always was my wife says she doesn't care until I decide where to go, and then she doesn't want that.
There we go. Been there, done that.
So the very important part is we need to analyze the fact that our brains think differently, and especially when it comes to the money world. With restaurants, Steve, at least we know what that kind of food tastes like, what it looks like, and with what the restaurant is like. We haven't been to retirement yet.
You're right. Absolutely.
We don't know what it really looks like. We don't know what we're going to want to do. The hardest part for me is sitting down with folks and helping them figure out, number one, where they are right now in the financial world, but number two, what they want to do in retirement all the way through retirement, not the day of retirement, but 30 or 40 years down the road. And so that's called true retirement planning. It's looking at your portfolio, making sure that some of that is protected, making sure that you understand the risks of retirement, the long-term care, needing some life insurance maybe, because we're all going to pass away. You know, Steve, life insurance is the one investment that's guaranteed to pay up. And so life insurance policies these days will also pay for your long-term care if you have the right policy. But a true retirement plan comes first with you in mind and then designing where you want to be. And if you are one of the next 10 people who call, we'll do that at no cost or obligation. That's a $1,000 value. You also get a 3-book set of 3 of the 8 books that I've written over my life.
Sounds great, Coach. 888-456-7577 is the number, 888-456-7577, or just text RETIRE to 21,000. That's RETIRE to 21,000.
Investment advisory services offered through Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
You know, a lot of car dealerships make promises that they just can't or won't keep. But in Cooper Country, a promise is more than words. It's a way of life. At Cooper Ford in Carthage, they do what they say they're going to do, when and how they say they're going to do it. That's the Cooper Ford promise.
I'm Aaron Cooper, and if you're in the market for a new Ford, you can't buy a new Ford car, truck, or SUV for less anywhere, guaranteed. Cooper Ford is the only locally and family-owned Ford dealership in Moore County. No games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing, and certified service after the sale. I'm Aaron Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Just a few short minutes from the traffic circle off 15501 in Carthage, or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford. Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call, we'll be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away. We're Comfort Services. Comfort Services.
Come to Comfort Services in Aberdeen to get a free estimate on a new Carrier system or heat pump, and you may qualify for a rebate up to $2,000 from Carrier. Get in on the savings and purchase a qualifying heating or cooling product before the Cool Cash rebate ends June 30th. You may also qualify for financing options as well. Stop into Comfort Services on Highway 5 next to the Habitat store in Aberdeen, or call 910-695-2665. Carrier and Comfort Services, a great team.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
You know, a lot of car dealerships make promises that they just can't or won't keep. But in Cooper Country, a promise is more than words. It's a way of life. At Cooper Ford in Carthage, they do what they say they're going to do, when and how they say they're going to do it. That's the Cooper Ford promise.
I'm Aaron Cooper, and if you're in the market for a new Ford, you can't buy a new Ford car, truck, or SUV for less anywhere, guaranteed. Cooper Ford is the only locally and family-owned Ford dealership in Moore County. No games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing and certified service after the sale. I'm Aaron Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Just a few short minutes from the traffic circle off 15501 in Carthage, or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. In 1988, Mindy and I decided we were going to take Mom back to San Francisco, where she had spent time as a child. We had one of those vans that had a couch and captain's chairs and a refrigerator, so we thought it'd be a good idea. Let me rephrase that. We thought it would be a good idea to encapsulate ourselves in a cave-like object on wheels with my elderly parents and drive 2,000 miles one way and then drive back. Listen to me. I may save a life here. No matter how much you love your parents, never do that. Not ever. After we'd driven a while, I knew we had more than likely made a mistake. My dad had to go to the bathroom twice, 2 stops, 2 different events. After that, we made it another 30 minutes. Okay, here's a story I wanted to tell you. We were in Burbank, California, and decided to go on a studio tour. We were inside NBC Studios, and the kid conducting the tour asked if any of us had any questions. Well, my dad, who had a very loud voice, yelled out. Didn't raise his hand, just yelled out, "Son!" And I think he was talking to me. "If I don't get to a bathroom pretty quick, we're all going to be on NBC News tonight." He was kind of doubled over, and it was obvious what he had to do. The kid panicked and told my dad, "Follow me." Ran down the aisle with my dad right behind him hobbling. The lesson in this still applies today, especially in local politics. When it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. And for some of you out there, it's about time for you to go. Have a good day. From the Zumwalt Zone.
The air conditioner needs to be in working order again today. The warm temperatures continue, starting off with some clouds during the morning, but mostly sunny in the afternoon. That sunshine helping to warm us into the mid-80s today. Overnight tonight, we'll have an increase in the cloud cover. Temperatures will get down into the lower 60s. And then Friday, we'll have partly sunny skies, a slight chance for a shower or storm with highs in the mid-80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
I'm a radio personality. His diet consists of black coffee and sarcasm.
Today is Thursday.
I gotta get to work. I'm going to work.
I hate working here.
Why is that?
Because I don't like to be cooped up in that office all day long.
Human beings were not meant to sit in little cubicles staring at computer screens all day.
You can stand if you want. Thanks for that. Sarcasm. Back at you.
Just when I needed to hear.
All right, let's get started. Colleagues, co-workers, friends.
It's showtime.
We shall run across the sky.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond.
Morning, Moore County. Time to get up. Colton the dog's already been out for his run. You're late. Sunrise. Wasting time. Need to get out of the rack now. Do it now.
All right, you got your standing orders. Don't forget, of course, this program being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where that link is. If you're on a mobile device, you can always get us with your YouTube app. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. And if you're on your mobile device just needing our audio stream, that's available with many streaming services such as TuneIn, iTunes Streamer, just to name a few. Just put WEEB into that search this morning, and you can partake of the online services like the 58,000 are listening right now, including Carolina Beach, Huntington Beach, California, Santa Barbara is online with us this morning. Marietta, Georgia, Florence, Alabama, Breamsville, Ontario, Canada, Moose Lake, Manitoba, Canada. We got Japan online this morning. Let's see, Chicago, Portland, Hope Mills, St. George, Utah. Just to name a few here. Huntersville, North Carolina. Robbins is online. Port Deposit, Maryland. You ever been there?
Port Deposit, Maryland. No, I have not.
Farrington, Minnesota. And Antosh, Tennessee.
Antosh?
I haven't been there.
Is that near Bucksnort?
Louisville, North Carolina. Let's see what else we got. Carthage is online. Don't know if you know it, Carthage, but 104.1 FM carries this signal, and it's right there in Carthage if you get in your car. All right, that's just a few. Netherlands is online.
Did you say Japan? Did it have the city for Japan? No?
No, they don't. And I got the, what do they call it? The IP number.
Oh, okay.
So I can write them. Say, thanks for listening.
Sometimes you have the city and, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. All right, that's a random sample of what's online this morning. Anyway, like I said, use those streaming services. Tune in, iTunes Streamer. Many others do it. Just put WEEB in the search, and as always, you can get our stream 24/7, 365 on our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page, there's an icon that says on the air, listen live. Tap it once, and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today is going to be partly cloudy today, 86 for a high. Tonight, still partly cloudy, low of 64. The muggies move in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Won't be super muggy, but it'll be on the sticky side.
All right.
We'll be in the 60s and on the dew points. Mostly cloudy Friday. Scattered thunderstorms. Now, these are just 30% probability, so not a lot of energy with this system. High of 84. You might go all day and see nothing. Friday night, more of the same, a low of 67. Same for Saturday and 87. Sunday, pretty much the same in 83. Monday, the front's out of here, and we will have mostly sunny skies, lower humidity, and a high of 82. Right now, around the Sand Hills, winds are southwest at 5, visibility 10 statute miles. Humidity 100%, dew point 66, pressure is 3027. It's sunny and 66 currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty, let's get into the good stuff this morning. You like beer, Colonel?
Oh, yeah.
You like a good beer.
Sure, why not?
Well, if you need an excuse to toss back a few cold ones this weekend, here are 4 ways beer might actually be good for you.
I think I'm past that.
It reduces the risk of kidney stones.
Oh,
a recent study found 1 beer a day can lower your risk by as much as 41%.
1 a day, I'll start up again.
Doctors who specifically study kidneys are called, why did I read this line? I can't even pronounce it. Nephrologist.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. Have you seen your nephrologist today?
No, I haven't.
Well, I know. Beer, it can help replenish you after a workout. The carbs in the beer are good after a good. The carbs in the beer are good after you've just burned bunches of calories. And studies have found that it might be better than water when you're dehydrated.
That sounds good.
That sounds almost too good to be true. It's good for your bones. A study at the University of Texas found that an occasional beer can actually increase bone density. And it might, here you go, it might help prevent Alzheimer's.
Ooh, okay.
The science is still out, but some researchers think trace amounts of aluminum in your body has something to do with Alzheimer's.
Trace amounts
of aluminum.
In preventing it or causing it?
Causes it. And a study in Spain found that 2 beers a day can limit its ability to damage your brain. So if you're drinking a bunch of cans of Coke, keyword cans,
all right,
and you're picking up traces amount of aluminum, because what they do, I don't know if you know it, they take those cans that are aluminum cans and they spray lacquer in them.
Yes, they're coated.
Yeah, with lacquer.
Right.
That supposedly keeps the aluminum taste out of the product.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Right.
And but trace amounts are going to get into it, obviously, through osmosis. So if it gets in there, that's what they're saying contributes to Alzheimer's. I guess it promotes plaque on your brain.
So the canned...
But the beer helps wash that away.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
you want to drink beer out of the bottle, not out of the can.
Like my Red Bull out of the can.
As you pick up a can.
Why doesn't Red Bull come in a bottle?
I don't know. Probably eat the glass. I don't know.
Well, nothing comes in a bottle anymore. It's always plastic.
Well, that's true. Yeah, all the
beer's in a bottle.
Yeah. Well, eventually they're going to do away with the plastic in toto. I read an article, of course, it goes back and forth, but sea salt, this big thing about sea salt is actually bad for you because it's got plastic particles in it.
Because of all the dumping in the ocean.
Apparently. I don't know. I mean, that's what I read. So I just, oh my God, here we go.
All this trash and we can't burn it? Bury it?
Well, you should dump it in a volcano.
I know they're burying, in landfills, they bury garbage and put a pipe in the ground and let the methane come out.
Yes, yep, they do. I've seen that.
Use it for energy and to burn other trash.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep all the amazement going this morning as we'll wander on over to rim shots this morning. See how we do fare in that category. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping on my tray here so I can do things quickly. Lightning quick. Jussie Smollett will not return to the next season of Empire.
Oh.
Or as Jussie Smollett puts it, I'm returning to the next season of Empire. Did I just lie? Kylie Jenner bought Travis Scott a new Lamborghini for his birthday. How nice for him. By the way, do you have any food? Responded Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Just saying. A bus tour in Hollywood pulled up next to Kim Kardashian. That's kind of like a tour bus in Miami pulling up next to cocaine, Big treat there. Boy, her butt is that big. Look at that. It takes up the whole front seat. Billy Joel's neighbors are upset that he uses a helicopter, I guess off of a helipad on his place.
Sure. So, hey, why not?
Apparently, they've never seen him drive is the problem. Dwayne Johnson, he turns 47 today.
Dwayne, The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's an easy age to remember since That's also the number of movies he has coming out this summer. You know, what will he have? Beach Rescue 2 or whatever that was.
Fast and Furious again and again and again and again and again.
I don't see how the first one made any money. And they've had 7 of them. Is that right?
I don't know.
Number 7 being the most used. All it is, a bunch of guys are just so cool.
I haven't watched the first one, and I've watched a couple of rock movies. I mean, I can't think of what they are, but I know I've seen them on the television screen.
They're all right.
I wouldn't pay to go watch them.
They're all right. It's a little entertaining, but there's no cultural value there.
Very little, no.
And when Hollywood tries to have all this cultural value, it just makes you want to stick a spoon down your throat and hurl.
Yeah, there's nothing culturally relevant about Hollywood.
There's talk that Kate there's talk that Kate McKinnon might leave Saturday Night Live after this season. That's okay. They've suffered greater losses and still remain just as unfunny. It should have no effect on them.
I don't know who she is and won't know the next one either.
Baby Shark helped a 2-year-old girl with spina bifida learn to walk. We covered this last hour. So to update the count, good things associated with Baby Shark 1, bad things associated with Baby Shark 999,999,999. Baby Shark. You talk about an earworm in your ear.
You said that, I have no clue what that is.
You don't know what Baby Shark is?
No, I've never heard it. I assume it's some song or something, but don't play it for me, please.
No. You you must be tortured too.
That's good. You can't find it.
Oh, I can find it. It just take me a second. I have to click the word search archives.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then Baby Shark. I have to check the category. Let's just see if it finds anything.
Okay.
All right.
See, they don't even have it in there, so.
I got it. Somebody versus Baby Shark. I just want to find it by itself.
It must really be good.
Huh?
I said it must really be good. I don't know.
Well, let's see right here. Songs. Let's put it under songs. Search again. See if we got it. All right, here we go. This is the kid doing
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
That's kids doing CPR to Baby Shark. Let's see.
I've never heard this and never want to hear it again.
Here it is, Baby Shark on the. All right, here's the song itself.
If you have little kids,
oh hush, get them down here.
Sings along. It feels like this song. I looked into it. It came onto the Billboard chart. It did Diplo or something like that. Baby
Shark. It's oh, where is it? Let me see if Napster has it.
That's all right.
No, you got to be tortured, Jeff.
I could really forego the experience of Baby Shark.
I'm only going to play a few seconds so that the bots on Twitter, YouTube don't stop the broadcast here.
Oh, okay.
Because, it'd be copyrighted music.
Oh, you mean if you play that, they'll
if I play more than 8 bars without interrupting it some.
Oh, good. Will that bar it from ever being played again on the station?
All right, here we go. Let's see, this is it. If not. No, couldn't possibly be it. Hang on. Shut up. They never give you what you're actually looking for. I knew I'd put the wrong one up there. We'll get it. All right. Well, come on, man. I'm not going to play this all damn day now. Here we go. No. Search. Baby Shark. Okay. All right. Baby Shark, Pink Phone, Animals. Various artists. I don't want various artists. I want the hit song. Okay.
This thing was a hit. Would it come on the top 100 or something?
I'll try one more and see if we can get it to go.
Must have been a huge hit.
It was. Every kid in the world knows it. Play the thing. Here we go. Maybe get it. No, we still got the crowd. Well, I can't seem to get it up here, doggone it. It's just ticking me off. Really is. Wasting too much time on this. No.
Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark.
Daddy shark do 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 do. Daddy shark do.
See, I gotta keep talking on it, otherwise YouTube will block the video. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
You get the gist of it now?
No. I find no appeal with that whatsoever.
Oh, there is no appeal. But a kid loves it for some reason. They caught on, and they got hand motions because they put their hands together as the shark's mouth, like that. And,
no.
And grandmas like to sing along with their grandchildren. And
no.
You're like me.
No,
you're way too much of a...
Granddad does not like to do that with the grandkids.
You're much too of a... Like me, like too much of a man's man to do Baby Shark. You say, go see Grandma. She'll do Baby Shark.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do I look like I sing?
I'm going to have to ask if she knows Baby Shark.
Okay. Back to rim shots. The Tom Brady is the only player from the 2000 draft still playing in the NFL. He's gone on to give Robert Kraft 6 of his 7 happy endings. I know Robert. He's saying, well, I'm not getting it home. You can now buy Crocs with little fanny packs attached.
Crocs with fanny packs.
Great news for anyone looking for a fun and effective way to publicly announce that they've given up on life. America is one of the world's most stressed countries, which is why the bald eagle was replaced as our national bird by the middle finger. Bernie Sanders thinks Disney should use the profits from Avengers Endgame to pay their workers better.
Yes, he does.
Or at least buy Donald Duck some friggin' pants. And Prince Henry and Meghan Markle... Her Highness unfollowed Prince William and Kate Middleton on Instagram. For more on this story, consult your extremely lonely aunt who spends her days knitting sweaters for her cats.
There you go there. Yeah, old Bernie, I hope he pays all his people, the way he wants Disney to pay.
Oh, Bernie, yeah. Maybe he can rape the war chest of another college like his wife did.
Yes, there you go. Bankrupt the college and walk away with
with the golden parachute deal.
Right.
Ridiculous. Then he went and bought a new home.
Yep. Yeah. He did. They did.
Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do.
And we should dump a bunch of illegals there at his front door. He should be happy to put them up.
Yeah. Say, which room would you like these to go to, Bernie?
Yeah.
We need at least 4 or 5 rooms.
That's right.
You got 2 extra houses. Let's
I wouldn't
put them out there for the good boys.
I just pull up and say, hey, knock on that door there. That guy's going to let you in.
Well, here's what's scary.
And I'd drive away.
They literally take all these illegal immigrants. And while they're waiting for their, quote, court date, they take them and distribute them throughout this country.
Oh, yeah.
All 50 states get them.
Yep.
And well, maybe 48. But anyway, they're in here. And then they, like in North Carolina, we allow anyone to get a driver's license. Yep. Because we figure it's safer for everyone else if they have a license and insurance. Can't get insurance without a license. So that's the theory behind it. So then they go, little Jose goes to the license bureau, and you need a driver's license? See, driver's license. Sits down, passes the test. Of course, they'll help them out if they can't read the English.
Right. I've seen that.
Yeah. And then they'll sit them down to do the eye test, and does that look like a yield sign to you? You see, it's a yield sign. So they pass that. And then they'll say, would you like to register to vote?
Yes.
Oh, see, vote. Yes, see. They can't ask the question, are you a legal resident of the United States? They can't ask that. So, would you like to vote? Yes. Would you like me to register? See, register, vote. Now you're registered to vote. See you at the polling place. And that's how it's done. Yes, now, if they actually go in there and vote, it's a felony. But
right,
nobody can ask them where they're from.
Yeah, they're setting them up to break the law. But,
yeah.
You know, that's okay. They don't care.
Yeah, how smart are we?
Because they know nobody's going to really check anyway.
Yeah.
And
that's why the Democrats truly want to let them all through and give you all this, we want comprehensive immigration reform. Oh, shut up unless you're going to define it. And they just want to let them in because they are more than likely to vote Democratic. Yes, they're going to write me a check.
Well, they're likely
free housing.
Democratic because they're going to get rounded up by their operatives and dropped off and told who to vote for.
Yeah.
Or they're going to apply for the absentee ballots and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Less likely to get caught that way, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, 8:49. Let's, I don't know what you say. We go strike up a conversation with some bad guys and see if we can put them away this morning.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
I know what I'm gonna do.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they
I'm gonna get up off that floor and strut across it like I own it in the style of the dude John Wayne. Strut over to our closet doors, throw them open, look at all 30 of our gun safes, and today we're gonna look at gun safe number 13.
Oh, 13.
Haven't been here forever.
Yeah, we'll have to rummage around in there for a little bit.
It's open now. You can pick out the weapon of choice.
We'll get you a Colt Python and 357.
All right, some stopping power finally.
There you go.
Throw that into the holster, pin on our badge, and grab about 4 or 5 cans of some super whoop ass as we now are going out in relentless pursuit. Stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1. Maybe this guy just literally likes peanut buster parfaits. On Monday night, a man barged into a Dairy Queen in Pueblo, Colorado. He had several guns on him and got all of the cash from the register. He tried to carjack someone to get away, but he fell, so he took off running and got away before the police could find him. And he might have gotten away with the robbery, except that 2 hours later, he came back to rob the same Dairy Queen again. Must have seen they did a brisk business over the next 2 hours. And he tried to carjack again to get away, but failed again. So he ran away on foot again, but this time the police set up a perimeter and they were able to catch him. Turns out he's a 37-year-old guy named Levi Roberts, and And he's been charged with 2 counts of armed robbery, 2 counts of attempted robbery, and felony menacing. Another brainchild behind bars. And lastly, yes, today we've got the classic case of, is that a giant slab of meat in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? There's a 40-year-old guy named Eric Warden from Parrish, Florida. And earlier this week, he went to a Publix grocery store around 8:30 in the morning when everybody does the grocery shopping.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, you can't, it's easy to get lost in the crowd at that hour of the day. Anyway, he grabbed a large 7-pound Angus beef rib roast and jammed the entire thing down his pants. 7 pounds. I'm impressed. Then he tried to walk out of the store, probably waddled out of the store. But somehow, the manager saw the entire thing go down and stopped him. Eric was arrested for theft. The rib roast was valued at $62, and unfortunately, Publix had to throw it out, quote, due to contamination. And that's your stupid criminal news for this Thursday.
Throw that back on the rack.
Discount.
Yeah. Manager special.
Save, what do you say it costs? It costs $60. Save $60. You trim off all the outside and you got yourself a good roast there. Put it on the old lathe at home.
Yeah, do a little falafel thing there. Yeah.
All right. Let's wander over here to our other pile of stuff. Some things we need to know so we don't sound stupid today. Major League Baseball suffered a 4% loss in attendance in 2018, and the drop is continuing. At least, well, no, they've done something there. Never mind. Hulu has topped 28 million U.S. subscribers, gaining at least 3 million users since January. Empire has been renewed, but Jussie will not return with it. Chase Bank tried to motivate customers with low bank balances to save more money by suggesting that they make coffee and eat at home and walk more.
Oh, good.
MGM's planning to cut 1,000 jobs by June. ESPN, the magazine, it's going defunct in September, but will remain online.
Along with the rest of ESPN.
Yeah. Wilmington is still ESPN makes more money than all the other 3 networks combined.
It does?
Yeah. Well, look at how many commercials they run. If it's a 2-hour game, they got 2 hours of commercials to go with it.
Well, if they're having a game, but if you listen, sometimes they just have dead air. There's no commercials there on the radio shows. Sometimes.
Must be the union thing. Yeah. It's kind of like we have to do with Chris Plant. We have to block the network commercials online because of a union thing. For the record, Kim Kardashian's new bathroom sink cost $30,000. One of the reasons we heard why Joe Biden didn't run for president last time around was because he was going on with what was going on with his son shortly after his other son, Beau, died of brain cancer. Joe's son, Hunter, took up with Beau's widow.
Right.
Biden's distraught from the loss of one son, didn't want to put his family drama out there for the public to see, so he laid low. Now we hear that Hunter and Beau's widow, Hallie, have split.
So it's okay now.
And wasn't Beau the one that got into, through his daddy, a business deal in the Ukraine and got him millions and millions and millions of dollars?
Oh, they're hooked up in all kinds of crap. Yeah. Dirty, creepy Uncle Joe and his kids.
I think we ought to have an investigation. I think we should impeach him.
Well, that would be ideal, but not likely.
Because he was then vice president with connections. While you were squinting to make out Sunday night's incredibly dark episode of Game of Thrones, you might have thought you were seeing things when a White Walker looked kind of like country star Chris Stapleton. Well, it was. Today's impossible question. Doing this can lift your spirits in as little as 5 minutes. What is it?
Doing this and fine. Don't know.
Let me suggest it involves a pencil and a piece of paper.
Doodling.
That's it. According to the Arts in Psychotherapy Research Journal, sketching little drawings like flowers, hearts, and even random squiggles lights up your brain's reward center, which lifts your spirits and makes you feel good in as little as 5 minutes. Wow. Oh, crap. All right. I wanted to do this, and this is the slogans on. These are slogans that a company used to get you to remember the product. Don't have but 30 seconds. I'm going to rush through the classics. Let's see if you can name the company. Refresh yourself.
Peppermint gum.
Nope.
I don't know.
6 million a day.
No clue.
Nope. The best friend thirst ever had.
No.
Sign of good taste.
Nope.
Open happiness.
Nope.
They were all the slogans for Coca-Cola.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. I didn't know them either.
Those must be ancient.
All right. So it goes for this, what's this, Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a TASIF Thanksgiving Friday. Colonel's going to be off tomorrow, but we got a surprise sidekick tomorrow that I've never done the show with. So we'll see how that goes. Another one tries to take the leader man on. In the meantime, don't forget to be good to your mom and pops in this area, the ones you hear on our airways. Why? Because they're the backbone of our economy here. Your money will stay here, about 68% of it. Will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for more people here. So give them first crack at your spending dollars. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.